Hello, I'm Daniel G. Taylor. Welcome to today's episode of Reigniting Heart Hope TV. How well do you know the digital generation? The generation that are typically called Generation Y, but for the purposes of today's book, which we're reading, Growing Up Digital, I'm calling them the digital generation. These are the people who have grown up always having the internet as part of their lives. Don Tapscott is a writer and a researcher who has been tracking the growth of this generation and how they're behaving differently from generations before it because of the impact of the internet on their lives. And in this book, he goes through in detail about how they're learning differently to start with. This digital generation, they're now old enough, they're starting to work, they're affecting how education is taught, they're affecting politics. And in this book, he shows you ways that they're doing those things. They're showing what this generation is expecting. They're showing how this generation is demanding change and getting it. That rather than being condescending toward the digital generation, as a lot of people writing about the younger generation can be, Don Tapscott has a real respect for the digital generation because he can see a lot of their good qualities. He can see what they're doing differently and how it's improving things, and how they're creating positive change, and how they want to make a positive difference in the world. One of the ideas that he talks about is how education's changing as a result. When I'm a Generation X person myself, when I went through school, we had to learn everything and memorize things. Education was about memorization. The digital generation doesn't need to memorize things. All they need to do is, if they need to find information for a particular thing, they can get onto the internet, and with a Google search or a Bing search, they can find the information they need to know in a very short amount of time, get fully briefed on what they need to know for their specific purpose, and that's the way education should be. Educating ourselves for what we need to know for our purposes. It connects back to what we were saying earlier in the week when we reviewed The 4-Hour Workweek by Timothy Ferriss. Get smart about how you're doing things. And it also connects to James Marcus Barks' book, The Secrets of a Buccaneer Scholar, where he was talking about that same approach to education. Learn what you're good at, master that, and you don't have to memorize copious amounts. The key information skill, the key knowledge skill in the 21st century is knowing how to advance tips for searching Google and these days searching Bing. I recommend this book for marketers who would like to reach the digital generation. I recommend this book for employers who are employing the digital generation. I recommend this book for parents who have kids who are in the digital generation. That's my review for today. I look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you very much.